I mean, I can't tell people what to post or what to say, but Nicki Minaj damn sure needs to stay away from anything, posting anything about kids, trans or otherwise. She supports a dude that is on the Epstein list 1,000 times. She's actually married to a registered sex offender, a pedophile. She shouldn't be able to watch Jason Kidd or listen to Kid and Play or New Kids on the Block. Hell, she got to walk around the aisle with Cabbage Patch Kids on it. And she damn sure should stay away from Sour Patch Kids. And it ain't Governor Newsom Nicki needs to be worried about. It's Chris Hansen.
Barbz and the Barbz only, but I'm speaking to the Barbz that have common sense. Can you explain why Nicki would end up supporting Charlie Kirk's wife and his legacy and go on and why is she taking this whole turn with Trump and stuff? Can you just explain to me why? And I don't need you to comment dumb.
Y'all, the rap girlies are fighting again, and this time, it's not over chart positions, sales, or dragging each other's kids into the mess. Nope. This latest blow-up started the moment Nicki finally confirmed what the internet had been side-eyeing for a while now. She's officially a MAGA Barbie. And phew, that confession sent social media into a full-blown meltdown. Now, no shade, everyone is entitled to their own political opinions and beliefs. But child, the way Nicki went about this, and the timing of her sudden MAGA turn, has fans jumping ship left, right, and center. People who once rode hard for her are now questioning everything and her ops? Oh, they're having the time of their lives watching her legacy take hit after hit. And let's be real, Cardi B is allegedly enjoying this whole situation the most. According to sources close to Cardi, she always knew it would end like this for Nicki. They say this downfall was written long ago, and it all traces back to one person, Nicki's husband. But is there actually any truth to that? Or is this just another chapter in rap's messiest rivalry? Let's get into it real quick.
The utmost respect and admiration for our president. He has, I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to win and to do it with your head held high and your integrity intact.
So, I'm sure you've noticed that Nicki Minaj has been dipping her toes into politics lately. In fact, she's basically come out as a Trump supporter, and that alone has the internet shook. What makes it even more wild is that this is the same Nicki who, back in 2020, openly criticized Trump's anti-immigration policies and made it very clear she was not jumping on the Trump bandwagon. At the time, Nicki didn't hold back. She called Trump a prime example of misogyny in the entertainment industry and even said he was the kind of man who needed young women around him just to feel cool and validated. Fast forward to now, and fans are asking the same question over and over again. What changed? Because this sudden political switch-up doesn't just feel random, it feels intentional. And once you start connecting the dots, the picture gets a lot more interesting.
No, Trump can say, you're fired. Let Martha Stewart run her company the same way and be the same way. Oh, evil. But Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just be cool. Oh, Donald, we love you. Donald Trump.
And mind you, this is the same Nicki Minaj who dropped a freestyle remix about Trump back in November 2016, just 1 month after he was elected, where she was clearly not praising that man. Fast forward to today, and now she's out here calling him the best thing that's happened to America since McDonald's. Like, huh? The whiplash is real. We already saw the early signs of this MAGA pivot when Nicki spoke up about the alleged persecution of Christians in Nigeria. At the time, the Barbz rushed to defend her, saying she was simply speaking on an issue she felt passionate about, and to be fair, this wasn't the first time Nicki had shown love or concern for Nigeria. So people let that slide. But things started getting dicey when Nicki went after California Governor Gavin Newsom. This all happened after California passed a law allowing schools not to force teachers to inform parents if a student wants to use a different name or pronouns at school. Basically, if a child is dealing with gender identity questions and isn't ready for their parents to know, schools cannot be legally required to out them, especially in situations where the child may not be safe at home. Now, Gavin Newsom has been openly pro-trans rights for years, so this wasn't exactly shocking. But the moment the law passed, Nicki jumped straight into the conversation with a tweet that had everybody talking. She wrote, "Imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Not even a trans adult would run on that. Normal adults wake up and think they want to see healthy, safe, and happy kids." That tweet poured gasoline on an already blazing fire. Conservative parents were furious, arguing that parents deserve to be involved in everything concerning their children, especially something this serious. On the other side, people pointed out that not all kids are safe at home, which is exactly why laws like this exist in the first place. Once again, the Barbz rode in to defend Nicki, claiming she was simply speaking from a parent's perspective. They said she's a mom now, she wants to be present in her son's life, and she's just looking out for parents' rights. Fair enough, at least on the surface. But baby, everything changed when Nicki showed up smiling and proud at the Turning Point USA Memorial Program in Phoenix. Not only did she attend, she was one of the featured guest speakers. And that raised eyebrows, especially when other Black creators affiliated with Turning Point USA weren't given speaking roles or any real platform at all. Now, with Candace Owens distancing herself from Turning Point USA, the organization is suddenly lacking a high-profile Black figure to represent that space. So let's be honest, it wouldn't be shocking if they're now using Nicki's fame, influence, and cultural reach to pull more of the Black community to their side. And that's when people really started asking the question, is this about politics or positioning?
But what it's shown me personally is sometimes, even in the worst feeling times in your life, you think that you're never going to come back from it. But you do. And our president shows that. He's been through every single thing a person could be through publicly. Having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny. Until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on, you'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And it's just not fair.
And when fans saw Nicki sitting on that stage, confidently repeating talking points that had never come out of her mouth before, people were genuinely confused. Like, what is actually happening right now? Folks were online saying, blink twice if we're really watching Annika Tanya marriage on stage with Erica Kirk. It just didn't feel real. What really pushed people over the edge, though, was how openly transphobic her comments came across. And mind you, a huge portion of Nicki's fanbase comes from the LGBTQ+ community. So this wasn't just surprising, it felt like a slap in the face. Fans were furious, confused, and honestly hurt. Now, some people are alleging that all of this has less to do with politics and more to do with Nicki's husband, Kenneth Petty. And listen, I don't know where Nicki found that man, but ever since they got together, it's been one controversy after another. Most recently, Nicki was reportedly sued for $500,000 after Kenneth allegedly punched a security guard in Germany following an argument involving Nicki. Despite all of Nicki's accolades and achievements, critics have consistently dragged her over one thing, her husband's criminal record. And let's be real, that kind of stigma never really goes away. So some are speculating that Nicki may be trying to align herself politically in hopes of helping her husband get his record expunged, or at least reduce the legal complications that come with him having to register as an offender when they travel between states. And if that's not the reason, people are also bringing up Nicki's brother, Jelani Marriage. He was convicted in 2017 for sexually abusing his 11-year-old stepdaughter, with the crimes reportedly taking place in 2015. In 2020, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Since then, he's filed multiple appeals, all of which have been denied. Some believe Nicki may be trying to use influence or political alignment to help him as well.
Nicki Minaj has gone full-blown MAGA on Twitter, or X, right? And I think it's because she's scared of deportation. She is starting to get worried with this immigration policy because, mind you, she's been in the United States since she was 5 years old and she's still not a citizen. And pre-COVID, she even talked about how hard it is to get citizenship in this country. You can be a multi-millionaire, you can be a celebrity, and it's still a hard process to get citizenship. It's easier just to renew your green card, right? She has gone so far to turn against her own fan base. She literally, like, the LGBTQ is like her ride or dies, right? They do all her dirty work for her, right? And she went on to say that, like, trans people are not normal.
But there's another theory people are talking about, and this one might hit even closer to home. Nicki has lived in the US since she was 5 years old, but she was born in Trinidad and Tobago. She is a legal resident with a green card, but she is not a US citizen. That means she couldn't even vote for Trump if she wanted to. Nicki has openly complained in the past about how difficult the citizenship process has been, and she's been trying to get that handled for a long time. Now here's where the timing gets interesting. Trump's rhetoric around immigration has been getting louder, harsher, and more aggressive. And after the conveniently timed attack in DC, his messaging has increasingly zeroed in on the Black community. Even people with green cards have reportedly been told their status is under renewed review and could be revoked at any time. So people are asking, what better move than cozying up to Trump, making herself politically useful and positioning herself as an asset? In doing so, she potentially puts herself in a stronger position to finally secure US citizenship and protect her family while she's at it. Now, are these just theories? Absolutely. But the timing, the switch up, and the stakes involved? That's why the internet isn't letting this go. Nicki Minaj's personal choices have raised eyebrows for years. Her husband is a convicted ex-offender, and her brother was convicted of serious crimes involving a minor, facts that many fans say they simply can't separate from her public image. For a lot of people, that history explains why her recent political alignment doesn't feel shocking at all. Personally, I checked out a long time ago. Once Nicki chose to marry someone with that background and continued publicly defending him, it changed how many people viewed her. So her shift into full-blown MAGA territory? Honestly, it wasn't that surprising to some of us. But I want to hear from you. Are you genuinely shocked by Nicki's political turn, or is this something you saw coming years ago? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.